Hey everybody, this is Dave with Pack the Mats. Hope you're all doing well and having a good June so far. I want to record this quick video to give you guys an update on some of the things that we've been working on over here at Pack the Mats. And one of the big things that we've been hearing from clients over the last couple of years is that they would love a dashboard that shows all of their numbers so that they can see, hey, is my marketing actually working? Is my advertising actually adding money to my bottom line? What are my numbers? And while some tools offer that, we've been really digging in and trying to find out a way to display this all to you guys in a simple format that shows us the numbers, black and white, what's working, what's not working. And what we've come up with, I'm pretty excited about. So I wanted to jump in, show this to you. This is going to be rolling out for all of our active clients in the month of June. So you will be seeing these dashboards getting added to your account. All right, let's dive into it. So on my screen, you should see the PTM Dashboard, and we'll dive into all of these numbers. I just want you to know that these numbers are actually pulling in from the opportunity pipeline inside of the lead center. So if you aren't telling us if appointments are being booked, if that's not going into the lead center, if somebody shows up, if they no-show, if they cancel, if they enroll, then we're not going to be able to pull this data in for you. So the dashboard is only as good as the data, the inputs that are being put into it. So if you're not using the lead center to track your numbers, we're not going to be able to give you a solid dashboard. So just know that as you get into your dashboard. And if you need help with this, please book a call with our client success team. We've got Meg, we've got Kareem that will be able to jump in and help walk you guys through this so you can implement this for your business. That's specifically for our clients that use like Spark or My Studio or somewhere else to track their numbers. Being able to put this in the lead center is going to help give you this dashboard that you can look at and see the marketing ROI that you're getting in your business. Okay, so when you log in, you'll see top metrics. The most important metrics that we're really pushing here is your book rate, your show rate, your enrollment rate, and then your revenue. So starting at the left here, your book rate, we want it to be above 30%. And what that's doing is taking your total number of bookings, dividing it by your total number of leads that came in. For this client, 32 bookings, 70 leads, they got about a 45% book rate, almost 46%. We want this above 30%. So they did well above that. If you're less than 30%, it's likely an issue with your follow-up. So if your book rate is less than 30%, it's likely one of two things. One, it could be the follow-up process. So are you getting the leads as quickly as possible? Are you calling your leads? How quick are you reaching out to them? Is it within 5 minutes that you're texting them, calling them? Our system will text them pretty quickly, but also people know that automated text happen. So having that personal reach out is working really well right now. And we're working on getting these numbers from our call team to say how many of our appointments that we book for clients with our call team are actually phone calls versus text. So I'm going to have some of that data for you guys in a future update. So we're running through those numbers, but you want to have above 30%. If it's under 30%, bring that to the call. Let's talk about it so that we can help you improve that process. The second thing it could be is your ad quality. So if your ads are reaching the wrong people, or if your creative needs to be refreshed, we need new creatives, then we're going to see a lower book rate. And so this is good data for our team to know, are the ads working? Are they not working? All right, second is going to be your show rate. So your show rate is how many people actually walk in the door and show up at your appointment. And so our goal is to have at least 70%. And you can see here, this client got 72%. What this is doing is taking your number of shows. So they had 23 shows and dividing that by their total number of bookings, 32. So 23 out of 32 showed so far. So they have almost a 72% book rate. Pretty good, just hitting the goal. We want to get this up higher if we can. If your show rate is less than 70%, especially if it's significantly less, like it's under 50%, then there's likely a confirmation process problem. And that's something that we need to talk about. And so how do we position the first appointment or the first class or the first trial, whatever you guys are doing at your academy, to make sure that they're getting excited about it and actually showing up and walking through the door? You are going to see this number come down a little bit during the summer. We do see show rates a little lower typically, but these are numbers to track. And again, this is telling us exactly what's happening inside of your business. Your third number is your enrollment rate. So if your enrollment rate, our goal is 60%. You can see this client is getting close to it. They're typically above it. So, this is something that we've already met and talked about. But if your enrollment rate is low, it's likely a problem with your close process. Either not presenting enough value, not asking them for money while they're in there, not asking them to enroll while they're in there, or it could be a positioning thing, right? So with this client, we went through, and some of the things that we were seeing is that we're positioning the trial more so than the value of the enrollment. So we're able to make some of those changes so that we can improve the numbers for June. Okay, and then the fourth is the new revenue. And so you can see here, out of the 23 shows, and you can see here they had 13 enrollments. Out of the 13 enrollments, they were able to collect $2,850 so far. And this is going to give us a return on ad spend. So this client spent $750 on ads and they made $2,850. So that's about a 4x return on ad spend, almost 4x return on ad spend, which is a really solid number for their advertising. Obviously, they pay us as well to help place the ads, get the software, all of that stuff. But just looking at ad spend, it's almost a 4x, which is really solid. They got 13 enrollments for the month. If we scroll down a little bit, we're gonna be able to see canceled appointments. So this is how many people canceled before they came in. And so these are ones that we can reschedule, whether timing didn't work, the child got sick, or it could be some where they're just no longer interested or the child didn't want to go to the appointment. Some of these will be able to be rescheduled. No shows, these are people that just didn't show up. So we want to get this number as low as possible. Out of their 32 bookings, having a 4 show up, that's about an eighth that did not show up. So we want to get this number down lower. Confirmed appointments upcoming. So this is telling you out of your May leads. So you can see up here, you can change the months. We're looking at May of 2026. Out of their May leads, the 70 leads, they still have 4 more that have booked for June. So maybe they came in at the end of May or the middle of May, and Memorial Day or summer ending, classes getting out, they weren't able to commit until June. Typically, you don't want to book that far out, so this number should be lower, but we still have 4 more appointments upcoming in June, so these numbers might change. Ideally, we see their enrollments. If we can add 4 more enrollments, they'll have 17. This number will go up. Their revenue will go up to over 3, and maybe we can get closer to a 5x return on ad spend. And then lifetime value. So what this is doing is taking out of the 13 people that enrolled based on their monthly tuition for their program and assuming about an 8-month average stay for a student. If yours is higher, we can increase this. If it's lower, we can decrease it. But it's given them an idea to know, okay, in May, how much money did they actually add to their business over the next 8 months to a year? And so this is about $17,000 right now. So that is 20x return on ad spend, probably a little higher than that for their month of May, which is really solid. And then if we go in here, these are going to look a little different for every single client, depending on the data and the access that we have to your website and all of that. But it's going to give us a lead source report. So where are people coming in? 1 means that they enrolled. Loss means that they didn't come through. Abandoned is leads that either have been unresponsive or have been more than 2 weeks since they came in without a response. And so we need to dig into these numbers a little bit with them. Here's some contacts by source. So where are the people coming from? You can see direct traffic, social media, paid social, and then what was the source that they actually either filled in the form from, right? So you can see here, Facebook, the majority, 39 out of 50 for that came in through Facebook, 5 came in from Instagram, 3 came in from a calendar, 2 from a form on the website, 1 from a chat widget. And then you can see the contacts over time. So they had a big boom at the beginning of the month, and then it kind of slowed down, which is typical with Memorial Day. So we want to look at the next month and say, okay, how do these numbers change? Is there ad fatigue going on or something that we need to do from the advertising side? Jumping into their website analytics, 610 website sessions last month. You can see it was down quite a bit from the month before. Here's some of their sources of where they came from for their website. And then you can see it's starting to pick up a little bit. If we go to, this is their day-to-day, what May looked like as far as website traffic. This is super useful for us too when we launch ads, being able to look and say, okay, did launching an ad correspond to an increase in traffic? Top pages, so some of the pages that people are going to on their website. If we see a high bounce rate, that might be some changes that we need to make to that page. So this one might, be something that we could flag for our web team to look at. This year's session, so month over month, how does May stack up to the rest of the months? You can see here May was down compared to April. So if we scroll down a little bit more, we can look at last year's sessions and say, okay, how was May compared to April last year? Actually, they had a better May last year as far as website traffic, and then it kind of picked up. June was pretty solid as well, but May looks like it's a drop. So that gives us a key to say, is there a drop in search traffic? Is there an advertising? Did we lower like Google ad budget, for example? So we're getting less people to the website. So this is all really useful data for us to ask why and see what we can do to improve it. All right, Meta ad stats. You can see Meta, we already fixed this, but Meta shows more leads, and that's just because they were double tracking some of the leads that came in. If they came in through a form and then they went to the calendar was counting that as a lead as well. So this is still, we still trust the numbers up top, the 70 leads, but they had a total spend of $742, just under 750. Their ad impressions, they reached 73,000 people for the month. Their average cost per CPM, cost per thousand, what it costs to reach 1,000 people, was $10, which is pretty good. If we see this higher, then we know that Facebook is actually delivering. They're treating your ad like a bottom of funnel ad. It gives some insight to our ad team to see how is Facebook treating their ads. Click-through rate 1%, 1.1%. We want to get this higher, closer to 2%. That's a note for our ad team as well. But at 70 leads coming in from a 1.1% click-through rate, it's pretty good. If we can get this to a 1.5, the number of leads should increase as well. Average cost per click is about 92 cents. And then if they have Google ad stats, you'll see these start to pull in here as well. We are still refining the dashboard. It's not 100% perfect yet, but these numbers up top are really giving us the insight. If you guys get nothing from this video, look at these numbers as it rolls out on your account and make sure that you're giving us the data we need to present this dashboard to you guys effectively. All right, so that's the dashboards that we've been working on. We're really excited about them, and we are continuing to tweak. Just make sure that you're getting us the data, like I mentioned, getting the updates into the lead center so that we can present this to you and you can use it in order to help grow your business. So if you guys have any questions, please let us know. Bring this up on your next check-in call. This is something that we're going to be talking about and referencing highly, especially for monthly reports. So looking forward to it. You guys have a good rest of your summer. And if you have any questions or you need anything, you know we're here if you need anything. So have a great rest of your day. We appreciate you. Bye.